Other things around here.
Yeah, I got another 12-pack. I'll throw it.
So here's what I want to tell you, folks. Yeah, I want to speak on behalf of Tony because I know he's a little choked up right now. He never expected this type of turnout and support. Bree and I weren't sure if we'd have 15 people here today. The fact that 50 of you showed up really means a lot to all of us. And you know, I know in some levels it's just moving a pile of rocks, but 230 years ago, a group of people far smaller than this threw a bunch of tea in the ocean, okay? And we're still studying about it, so keep that in mind, all right? Have some lunch and please take a break. Hi, I'm Matt Manwiller. I'm State Representative from the 13th Legislative District.
And I'm Bree Elsie, his Legislative Assistant.
And how many volunteers do we have here today?
I have a rough count of about 40.
And what are all the volunteers accomplishing today?
Well, we're trying to, believe it or not, all this.
Oh.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, all of this is to simply move a pile of rocks. About 4 years ago it rained. A pile of rocks fell in front of Tony's mine, and the Forest Service wouldn't let him move those rocks unless he did it by hand. And since he's a disabled veteran, he can't do that. So we're here to help Tony move some rocks. It's as simple as that.
And how, if somebody was going through tough times with their mine or trying to go through government to try to accomplish what's being accomplished here today, how would somebody go upon doing that? Like, how did Tony go from having a terrible problem to making an awesome solution?
Bree Elsie, she is my legislative assistant. He got a hold of her and wow.
They come into the office and we thoroughly investigate the issue and we try to get both sides. And what was unique about Tony's situation is the more I investigated, the more I couldn't find where he was wrong. So I talked to the Forest Service and I researched the documents that he brought in, and every time he was just right and the Forest Service wasn't necessarily denying it. And so then we just kept moving forward.
Yeah, and really the reason we're here today is because we ran out of options. We tried to negotiate with the Forest Service, we tried to deal with the ADA Act, the fact that he's a veteran. They were just no, no, no. Then we brought in the feds, then we brought in Congressman Reichert's office. They couldn't get anywhere, and at one day we were just sitting there completely defeated, and I said offhand, I was like, gee, Bree, I think the only way we'd ever get these rocks moved is if we out there and moved them ourselves. And boom, lightning bolt. We're like, you know what? We bet you there'd be some people that would help us, and we were right.
My name is Tony Nicholas. I'm a small miner in this area. I own 3 claims here. Had a tunnel there with a portal built into it and it was collapsed. And the Forest Service refused to let me use a small rubber tire backhoe to clean the debris out. So these people concerned of the situation are gathered here to help me remove the collapsed material so I can have access to my tunnel again. It's unbelievable. People are waking up to the fact that the federal government is taking their rights away from them. I cannot say thank you enough. I just don't know how to say it.
Yeah, my name's Dan Bean. I've been friends with Tony for a little over a year. Met him doing a job for him. Found out he had this claim and that he was having issues with the Forest Service issuing him permits, so kind of got taken in by the old guy. He's a good guy, he's honest, he's got integrity. So started digging out this mine shaft and found out it was a little bit more work than we expected. Well, he got a hold of Mr. Manweller's office, and this really astute young lady in there named Bree took it upon herself to get us some help. And as you can see here, it was an outstanding turnout. Everybody here is exceptional. I cannot believe the turnout. In days when you hear about people not helping people and all the bad, right here is a definite sign of coming together for the good of one man who really needs help. He's 75 years old, is a veteran, you know, and in my opinion, we don't help veterans enough, especially the elderly ones. When I was brought up, I was taught to respect our elders and to help them, and I don't see enough of that. So that's basically why I'm here helping Tony. And in Mr. Manweller and his associate, they went far and above what I would call his call to public service, and I just want to commend them to no ends. It just warms me to no end. I mean, if you look around at the people, everybody here is nice. They're working with no expectations of anything for themselves, which is just hard for me to comprehend at this point. I mean, with the way the world is. So I just want to thank everybody that showed up today, and anybody that views this. I really wish that they will try to make a difference and try to help people like these people came out to help Tony. It's just amazing. I don't know what else to say except for thanks.
My name is Cindy Alia, and I am the treasurer of Citizens Alliance for Property Rights, and I am vice president for Resources Coalition, and both of those organizations are volunteer-based, and we all work for the rights of property owners, and a mining claim is a property right, and that's something that needs to be recognized. I was at a mining club meeting and one of the members mentioned it. I thought originally that it was just going to be a sit down and talk meeting and over hash browns and eggs, but turned out to be a work party meeting, so I'm really happy to have had a chance to come and join in, throw some rocks down.
And how do you feel about the turnout and just the people in the work?
I'm very excited about it. I mean, I realize how many people would have heard the news and assembled in such a short amount of time, and it just shows how much they care about one another's rights and how important it is to them that we all share equal liberty.
I'm the owner of this claim where all these small miners and concerned citizens that turned out to help me open my portal up again. I don't know how to say thank you to them, or just there's no thanks in words that I can express it.
You know, that's what what people are about. You know, people helping people, and this country is so great about that. Just people helping people. In time of distress, this is what happens in America.